What's going on, guys? Today we have an underdog fantasy draft. I have the number one overall pick in the draft. Number one, in my opinion, tonight is kind of overpowered because you land Giannis Antetokounmpo. All the other guys here are pretty solid. We're gonna run two drafts tonight. Giannis, I'm definitely have my eyes on Giannis. I'm gonna skip Kristaps tonight. I know he's been doing pretty well. I don't like the matchup. I don't like the Minnesota Timberwolves matchup against Rudy Gobert. If he lands to me around, if he lands to me at 2.2 or 3.1, if he lands to me at 3.1, I'm definitely gonna take him. But I'm sure he'll go to my opponent. So I'm not gonna mark Kristaps. Then I'm gonna go Kawhi Leonard, and I definitely want Anthony Edwards. Devin Booker is definitely on my list. He's been playing pretty well. 32 and 29 minutes was yesterday. And if you guys don't know, Underdog Fantasy, you draft a team. You can pick. This is a $5 draft. You can do against one player, against three players, against six players. I made out very well yesterday. I made like $50. And as you can see in the top, it's either gonna be in the right here or like somewhere up there over here. As we pick Giannis Antetokounmpo first, that code ATS, will double your first deposit on Underdog Fantasy. So basically, you get some free money to play with some drafts. We land Giannis at 1.1, obviously. He's going to be the number one overall pick in every single draft. But Giannis is a great selection here. Let's see what my opponent decides to do. I'm thinking he's going to go Kristaps as the time runs out. Oh, he goes with Devin Booker. This guy might know a little bit more than what I thought he was going to be. Devin Booker's a great pick. I wanted Devin Booker. He's been going off. No Kevin Durant. He's the scorer on that team. DeAndre Ayton is the rebounder. Chris Paul shoves the assist. Devin Booker is the scorer on the Suns without Kevin Durant. He's out with injury. And then he goes Anthony Edwards. So I said we were going to go Kristaps if he went to us here. I'm kind of contradicting. I know I want to go Kawhi Leonard. I think people are playing scared because he doesn't really play on back-to-backs. He's playing on a back-to-back. It's not a back-to-back, but he's playing on back-to-back games, just not back-to-back nights. We're going to draft Kawhi Leonard here. Number one option. Plays great defense. Rebounds the basketball. All the things you want on a fantasy squad. And it's really tempting not to take Kristaps Porzingis here. As much as I want to grab, it's between DeAndre Ayton, who's been balling out of his mind. So he faces LAC, the Clippers, against Porzingis, who, oh man, this is tough. All right, we're gonna go Porzingis. The only reason I'm not gonna take Ayton is because, if my opponent grabs DeAndre Ayton, that's fine with me. The Suns against the Clippers, it's gonna be a good game, but he'll depend heavily on the Suns, which is sometimes how I pin my opponents. And there's DeAndre Ayton, he gets selected. Now, if he grabs Chris Paul, then we're really in a good position if the Clippers outperform the Suns tonight. I'll show you guys my other lineups. I'll show you guys the ones that won yesterday as well. Underdog Fantasy is it's simple. You can get pick'ems on here too. You can do just like Prize Picks. You can pick over or the under. And right about here is where my mic cut out. So we're going to be doing a voiceover for the rest of the draft. Here, I'm thinking about taking Chris Paul because if I take Chris Paul, he has Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton. So if Paul assists to them and they score, it'll kind of cancel each other out. That's what I'm probably saying right now. I'm looking at Drew. He had a great game against Boston. I'm a Boston fan. He crushed us the other night. Vucevic, too. I grabbed Vucevic. I love centers in Underdog Fantasy. Rebounding gets a lot of points. Scoring gets a lot of points. And that's what Vucevic does best. Now I'm pretty sure I'm going to grab Chris Paul here. I remember saying, it's going to cancel out Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton. And Chris Paul does get a lot of points due to his assists. But I'm also looking at DeMar DeRozan and Bradley Beal. They're the number one option on both their teams. But I decided to go with Christopher Paul. So I'm now strategizing, see what my opponent might pick. I'm thinking they're going to go Drew Holiday, maybe even Zach LaVine, or maybe even both, as they have back-to-back picks. So I'm eyeing Kyle Kuzma, Bradley Beal, and DeMar DeRozan. And just like that, Drew Holiday gets selected. So my gut is saying that Zach LaVine will be the next player off the board, which is fine. Bradley Beal is really the guy I want right now, but it wouldn't be horrible if we grab Zach LaVine. My opponent has 10 seconds to make their selection. We're going to see what they do. As you see, we're eyeing Bradley Beal. 19 points, and he still scored 30 fantasy points. I'll take that. My opponent selects Zach LaVine, just like I thought. And let's see what my past self decides to do. I'm pretty sure we grabbed Bradley Beal. We do. We grabbed Bradley Beal. My opponent selected DeMar DeRozan. Here are the final teams. So here's the squad we're rocking with tonight. Remember, code ATS doubles your first deposit on UnderDog Fantasy.